You a big cat, where your chicks at? You wicks at? Wherever you get stacks, I'ma fix that. Everything that's big dream, I did that. Don't knock me cause it's boring. I'm ready self soaring, straight calling. Simply a lot of men be wanting to hand me cause the words just don't offend me. I'm straight G in the West Indies, then come home to Pantene cream Bentleys. Name it, I can claim it. Young, black, and famous, with money hanging out the anus. But when you need a hit, who you gonna get? Bet against us? Nah, it's no bet. We make hits that'll rearrange your whole set. And got a Benz that I ain't even drunk yet. Cause we're close to the edge. We're trying not to lose our heads. Why you wanna take us under? Why you wanna take us under? Why you wanna take us under? Can't nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold.
It's not necessary. If he doesn't feel fully ready to go when you got an extra game on the back end anyways, let him chill.
I need to know what he's all about, right? And listen, when you're going into your not free agent year, but the year where they got to figure out if they're going to give him a long-term contract or not, you treat it like a rental car. Right? Like, nobody, listen, when you get your rental car, you don't care about smoking a cigarette and put the butt out on the seat. You don't care. McDonald's wrappers on your back.
Okay, right? No, that's not true. They'll give you fines for all this stuff now. They'll slap you in the
smoke in the car.
Yeah.
You don't care about brake pads or anything like that, and that's how you got to treat something. I want to push you and see how hard I can put on you, how much I can put on you, because I need to really make a true decision if you can carry the weight. Because if I give you $15 million a year for the next 4 years, that's going to put me in salary cap hell, because that's going to cost me a couple of players in the future. So I need to see all of what you can do. I need to see all your productivity. I don't want to just come in here and put you on a pitch count. I need to see if you can be dominant.
Well, okay, that was going to be my next question. Like, if he does return week 1, week 2, the start of the season, essentially, like, you'd assume they put him on some sort of a snap count just to be sure and preserve his knee and his legs as best as they can, right? Like, I don't care how strong those thighs are.
Well, Adrian Peterson, remember, Gettleman said he's a yellow jacket type of guy. That's why he's a what do you call it, whatever, generational player, right? And he passed on Lamar Jackson. He passed on Josh Allen and picked Saquon Barkley. Well, it's time for you to start putting up, buddy, because my job is on the line. You know what I mean? My job is on the line. If you're Dave Gettleman and this team, we made all the excuses in the world, right? Why this team hasn't been better. I think the Giants have the worst record in the last, 5 or 6 years outside of the Cleveland Browns as far as record-wise. Like, people forget, it's been a long time since 2012 when they won that championship. We went to, they went from 0 to 100 back down to 0. And listen, last year was cute, but it still didn't yield any results.
And so the time is now. Giants open training camp next week, and week 1 for them is at home against the Broncos. Tayshaun Taylor and Jimmy Barton, the Straight Talk Wireless, get 10 gigs of hotspot data for just $55 a month, all on America's largest, most dependable network, Straight Talk Wireless, compatible device with Straight Talk.
Welcome to your
time to welcome in Mr. Mike Tannenbaum. We're going to do something fun.
Where's your shake, man? Oh, we already had it. We know early 6 o'clock shake.
Good morning, Mike Tannenbaum, ESPN NFL Football Insider, joining us right now here on KJZ. Shea Cornette, Bart Scott here hanging out this morning. All right. Tannenbaum, we're going to do something a little different this morning, all right? So hang with me. Here are the rules. Let me first set this up. So this is called the KJZ NFL Draft. Why are we doing this, you ask? Well, because the NHL expansion draft for the Seattle Kraken is Wednesday night. The NHL does things right. Okay, so Seattle, like Vegas a few years ago, can only select one player from each team. And then once you select that player from that team, no one else can select another player from that team. Are you all on board here with the rules? We're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do our own NFL draft ahead of the season. By the way, the Seattle Kraken expansion draft Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. The rules for us, though, a little different since we're doing the NFL, okay? So for us, what we're going to do, it's going to be a snake draft. Each one of us is going to draft 5 players. We must take one and only one, Tannenbaum, if you're listening, quarterback. And we must each take one defensive player. And so when I was looking at this, I thought to myself, well, when I do my fantasy drafts with Bart, I know you're not like on board with, I look at who's going to give me the most points. Not the same thing. This is not like go out and get whoever's going to put up the most points for you. You want your team to beat my team,
Okay.
or vice versa. So you want the player that's going to beat the other team as a whole, not who's just going to give you the most points at the position. Are we all on board with the rules here? Tannenbaum, you good?
When do we take the overpaid, athletically deficient linebackers?
You can take them whenever you want.
Words hurt, TV.
I did that once in my career. I'm just.
They took you to 2 AFC championships. They took you to almost to the